Abdullah was originally from Egypt, now lives in Canada, but realized that he needed a college degree to take his career to the next level. So he found College Hacked, ended up meeting with us for a consultation, and graduated in under 5 months. And he's one of those Cinderella stories because immediately after graduating, he started making more money just because he had a college degree. And the funny thing is, it cost him so little. But I don't want to give everything away, so I'm going to go ahead and let him tell his story. Let's go ahead and rewind back. You were telling me just before we came on that you were from Egypt originally, right?
Yeah, that's where I was born.
Okay. And where did you spend your high school years?
So high school was in Kuwait. My family
Okay.
immigrated there when I was about 4 or 5 years old. That's where I attended high school.
And what were you like as a high school student?
So I started off as a bad student, to be honest. I was like
Okay.
B's and C's. And then gradually, slowly, bit by bit, I was getting better and better. By the grade 12 in high school, I was an A student.
What motivated you to improve your grades like that?
At first, I didn't know what was wrong. I had a lot of like ADHD that was undiagnosed, and I didn't know how to study better. So I never liked school at all. But fortunately, I had some really good teachers that understood me, and they put in the extra effort to help me be a better student.
At that point in your life, did you go on to attempt college right after high school? Or did you say, it's not for me right now? Like,
Cliff, I didn't have a choice. My
yeah.
parents were like, you're going to college whether you like it or not.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't necessarily against it. I just accepted it. That's how life is going to be. So I went to college right away. So I actually attended a college in a small town in Utah called Ephraim. The name of the college is Snow College. And that's where I got an associate's degree in accounting.
And so you went all the way from Kuwait to Ephraim, Utah. Like, why did you go to Snow College in Utah?
So basically, I remember we went to there was a convention, like a university recruiters came to like a Hilton hotel, a university convention for recent high school graduates. We attended and we spoke to a lot of people from representing different universities. And Snow College was the one that made the most amount of sense financially because, also, I didn't mention I am a triplet, so my father was gonna pay for 3 students, right? He wanted to pick the cheapest option, so that made the most sense for him financially.
What happened after you got the associates?
I was sucked into sales. After door-to-door sales, I got into the insurance industry. Did that for 4 or 5 years, and then I guess I had an epiphany. I had a complete change in perspective. I just realized, I know I hate studying. I know I hate university and degrees and all that, and I just really believed in hard work instead of just education alone. I wasn't lazy about studying, it's just I didn't see the value in it. But then I just realized that when it comes to employment and career goals and ambition, it's definitely going to be beneficial to have a degree. And that's when I started to look into it.
Great. So you're putting in all this work and you realize, I'd like to have more options open.
Yeah, so I just did some research. I knew that it'd be impossible to go back to university because I thought that I finished a 2-year degree associates. So if I'm lucky, they accept all my credits, I would have to go and finish another 2 years to get a bachelor's. But I knew that there's a good chance they're not going to accept everything. So then it's going to be like, what, 3 years of being a full-time student? And that's 3 years where I'm not earning money or not earning as much money. I was trying to find a way where I could still make the same amount of money working as a sales rep in life insurance and also being a full-time student. And it was nearly impossible. At least for me, I just didn't see how I could do that. And then just through a lot of research and YouTube, I did a bunch of research, stumbled upon you guys. Thank God I did. I had a plan originally to go to Southern New Hampshire University. And I even looked at the credits and the classes that I would need and what Sophia classes would go where and all this. I tried to hack it myself. And I came up with a plan that would reduce it from potentially 2 to 3 years to only 1 year and about maybe 1 year to 2 months or so, and less money. It would cost a lot less too. And that was pretty cool. But then I sat down and I really thought about it, and I figured like the small fee that it would cost for the consultation. Worst case scenario, they tell me that your plan is good enough, or best case scenario, they give me a better plan. And that's when I I decided to take that consultation.
So you came to us with 60 credits from your associates. You meet with Lauren in April, and you just sent me the picture of your diploma back in just this month in October,
Yep.
which means 6 months. But I know probably a couple of months were spent waiting for the conferral of the degree. So how fast did you actually do this?
So I meet
Yeah.
with Lauren. She tells me, hey, your plan is good, but hey, here's another plan that is better. And I was stoked. I was so happy I spent that money for the consultation. I was like, yeah, so this is a much better plan. And then that was in April. She helped me apply to get in May. But I remember what I did was that she gave me a plan for sophia.org and study.com. And she said, hey, do all these classes and then do the remaining of these classes at UMPI. Basically, what I did is I decided just to go part-time, not work as
Mhm.
much, and focus almost all of my waking hours on just pursuing this degree because I wanted to get it done as fast as possible. So I just went hard on sophia.org and study.com in that month. Finished a lot of what I had to finish hacking classes. And then I went into my first term at UMPI. I finished in 2 terms, which is 4 months. I applied for the diploma, graduation, and everything. It took about 4 or 5 weeks until they sent me the digital copy.
Yeah, and that was incredible to see. And wow, I mean, you basically did this whole thing in like 4.5 months, essentially, maybe, yeah, 4 or 5
Yeah.
months. What was your final cost? Yeah.
3,000 total USD. And we have a great program here in Ontario, Canada. It's called OSAP. They just pay all of your tuition and you reimburse them within 6 months of graduating interest free.
You kept your costs like pretty easily under $4,000, which is awesome.
So I now have this new job. I'm still in the insurance industry, but now I'm working for one of the bigger banks in Canada. I think they're like the second largest financial institution in all of Canada. Definitely much higher pay than what I used to have. It's no longer commission, there's bonuses. And just the fact that I have a bachelor's degree makes my salary higher than someone who doesn't have a bachelor's degree.
Awesome.
Which is,
Wow.
yeah, that's one of the things that I'm glad it proved me wrong because I used to believe that it's not about the degree, it's just a piece of paper and
Yeah.
you just need the experience and knowledge and hard work and ethic. But the degree absolutely makes sense. It tells them that you went through it.
Right. And we've built up this system that just really prioritizes and rewards those kinds of college experiences, right? Even though, maybe you didn't even learn a ton that makes you a better employee necessarily, but you did show that you could suck it up and learn, which a lot of businesses really like to see. So now you're reaping the rewards of that.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on the new job, on graduating, on all these savings and everything. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with people, or maybe, the one big piece of advice that you would give to a college hacker who was in your position 6 months ago?
For me, just what I could relate to, a lot of people might be thinking that you don't need like what you study in university is not enough, or like it's
Mm,
not applicable in real life, or that it's not really that important. But one thing that I've learned is that learning itself is its own reward. So
mm,
if there's anything that I learned in university, I went for an accounting degree. So it wasn't even debits and credits and whatever accounting stuff. It was just the fact that I learned how to research stuff and how to
mm.
read articles. And the skills of a learner is what it teaches you. Being a learner on its own is its own reward, regardless of, what degree you have.
That is beautifully said. Oh, well, Abdullah, great to have you on. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for sharing your story with everybody. And, we're wishing you all the best. We know that you're going to go out there and get it.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure being here.
So here's somebody who is not living in the US but goes to UMPI, gets a bachelor's degree super quickly and for under $4,000 easily, and immediately begins to see the career rewards. That is just one of the most fun kinds of stories to tell on this channel, and I'm really grateful to Abdullah for being on and telling it to us. If you want to be like him and go and do what he's done, you should check out the link below where you can sign up for a consultation with College Hacked. Our consultations include 2 sessions in which we help you narrow your career plan, pick a college, pick a major, and then build a plan that will get you graduated as quickly and inexpensively as possible so that you can build a career that you love. We've helped a ton of people, and we'd love to help you too. Thanks again to Abdullah for being on, and thank you for watching. Happy hacking.